Greetings and salutations, my fellow Americans. I am Robert Vincent Brannum. I am a retired veteran. My fellow Americans and fellow veterans, when it comes to former President Donald Trump, it is always about him. I. There is a scene in the movie Lean On Me where the Vice Principal, Mrs. Levias, gives it straight to School Principal Mr. Clark. She tells him boldly, quote, "You are thoughtless and cruel, and it hurts, and none of them deserve it. They are sick of it, and so am I," end quote. My fellow Americans, my fellow veterans, Donald Trump and extreme far right-wing MAGA Republicans are thoughtless, and they are cruel, and decent, patriotic Americans don't deserve it. MAGA Republican voters, whether in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, or any other state, have decided to support Donald Trump's decadent political platform of lies, racism, bigotry, sexism, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, attacks on gays, lesbians, transgender Americans, immigrants, and openly supporting violence, vengeance, and vulgarity. The priorities of Donald Trump are not priorities of American unification and progress. Donald Trump, as he has said, favors an American economic crash to help his re-election. He cares only about himself. Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, and MAGA Republican analysts claim to support Donald Trump's policies, but not the man, fall flat as intellectually hypocritical and dishonest. My fellow Americans and my fellow veterans, Donald Trump conned MAGA Republicans to accept as righteous behavior infidelity, violence, and vulgarity from him, which they would not or should not accept from their children or their church leaders. My fellow Americans and my fellow veterans, Donald Trump, MAGA Republicans, MAGA media, and MAGA social media are proudly racist, devoutly bigoted, and enthusiastically support violence, violence, violence. Just as often as Donald Trump repeats lies, this too bears repeating. Donald Trump is a racist, a bigot, a sexist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, a basher of gays, lesbians, transgender Americans, immigrants, an avid supporter of violence, vengeance, and vulgarity. My fellow Americans and my fellow veterans, our founding fathers entrusted with us the documents of the Constitution and Bill of Rights and values for democracy, justice, freedom, truth. It is evident Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans do not believe in them. My fellow Americans, my fellow veterans, if you believe in the Constitution, democracy, equality, freedom, justice, truth, you must stand with President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. My fellow Americans, my fellow veterans, let not your hearts be troubled. Ye believe in the Constitution, in democracy, ye believe also in truth. For in President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, they come again to go and fight for you, for your children, and for all America. Thank you.